Hello everybody, what's going on? Buddy Blackford here with another After Effects CS6 tutorial, and I want to go over parenting with nulls this time and how to use nulls in case you don't need to parent to a specific object in your scene. So what if we want to take this logo here and we want these teardrops to rotate around with each other all at the same time, but then after that break off into their own areas and move in position on their own. So we can't just parent them to the brown null, because then when we move the to the brown teardrop, because when we move the brown teardrop on its own, these other two are going to follow it, and you can't keyframe parenting. So what we need to do is parent these to a null object. So what I'm talking about is, if we go up here to layer and we go to new, we go to null object, and a null object pretty much is just an object with no properties on it that can be used to parent to. It can be used for all sorts of things, and I'll go over like some different uses of nulls in another tutorial, but this is one of them here. So what I wanted to do is probably line up this null with the anchor point on this brown teardrop here. So if we line that up, let's find the brown drop here. If we put down our guidelines and our rulers, so if we go here to show rulers, we can bring down our rulers to figure out where the null is when we need to position our null object, or the anchor point is when we need to position our null object. Keep on saying null in place of like everything, but so let's move this, and you don't need to move the anchor point of the null, you can just move the actual null itself. There we go. So that the anchor point of the null is usually in the top left of this little square here. So now we've got that right in the middle there. Now we can parent all of these teardrops to it. So let me do that. Null 11, null 11, and null 11. So now I can move this null around with its position, and these will follow. Same with rotation and everything that parenting allows you to move when parenting. So it's position, rotation, and scale. So what we wanted to do is have these do something like a rotation and then like split off or something like that. So let's actually do like a position, and then we'll have them split off. So I'll show you what I mean. We can start them there, move ahead a second, make a position keyframe, move ahead another second, and we'll move this down to here, and then that way we can take each of these drops and move them. Well, actually we got to keyframe them, so let's open the position of these guys. Now hit the keyframe buttons. So they're still going to move on their own here, or together here. Then once they get to here, we can move them on their own. So this one can, maybe we'll bring it down, and then these two we can move them to the left and to the right to get something like this. Well, I should have I'm supposed to keyframe those a second ahead. I forgot to move ahead. Let's do it again. Bring these down. It'll take 2 seconds. 1, 2. I guess I was wrong. There we go. Now here's what I'm talking about. They both come down while they're parented to null, and now everything can move off on its own. So that's what I'm talking about there. Now, a really good use for using a null to be a parent is when you use a 3D camera. And actually it doesn't have to be a 3D camera, it's just a regular camera. And I went over different types of camera rigs with you in a previous tutorial where we used nulls to move the cameras around. And that's an advanced tactic that people use when moving cameras, since it's a lot easier and you don't have to move around the actual camera and mess with its different values. So you can keep the values like position and rotation separate. You could also create separate nulls and name them either position movement or rotation movement, and you can still have them the other drops like parented to it and everything like that. So that's how you use nulls. They're, I don't know, they're basically good for parenting too. That's the main thing I always use them for. So thank you for watching this tutorial. Thumbs up it if you would like, and thumbs down it if you would like also. Subscribe for more videos, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next tutorial that I make up. Have a good one, everybody.